Frank gave her a window of opportunity, but realizing he's probably being tortured, she goes back to save him.
With metal with a wooden log.
That was her worst mistake. After knocking out Christian while saving Frank, we see Christian get back up.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. That's why I don't watch movies. Oh, they showed it. That's why I don't watch movies. Because of this dumb bull. You smack the fuck out of somebody. He's knocked out. You earned the job. You finished the job. Did I scratch myself? I think I did. But you end job. Hi guys, doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got movies I thought were weird part 2. This video is by FDB Derek, right? Derek FDB. Okay, I did it. I just fucked up the 2 words. You know what I'm saying? But if I have to think about it, the only movie that I would consider weird, and it's weird for a different reason, right? If you don't want to see a position, you can see the bottom. It says where the video starts. But I watched this movie. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the bunny with the carrot dude or the cheese dude, right? Cheese, right? It's like clay type of movie. It's where they show Millie Bobby Brown. You guys gotta see a picture, but it's like a clay. That movie, I think it was the weirdest for me. That's because that movie was like the first ever movie that I've seen that was like clay, right? That I was weirded out because it's like my first ever movie that I've seen. So I was like, not my first movie that I've seen, first movie that I've seen that is clay. So I was confused. I was like, I don't know, what is this? Why do they move like that? Why is there animation like that? Did not know nothing about clay and stuff like that. But gonna see what this guy thinks movies that are weird, and we're gonna see if we agree or not.
So a while back, I made a video going over some movies I thought were weird. But that video was majority movies handpicked by me. What would happen if I let y'all pick the movies?
Oh, I just said it.
That's exactly what we'll be doing today. Today, once again, I'll be going over some weird movies. But this time, these are movies sent in by you guys. We're gonna start from goofy, bizarre, fever dream movies. And eventually, the disturbing ones. And
God damn.
First one up, B movie. This one was sent in by Ken
B
from the
movie?
Discord server. Last video was good, Ken. And I spoke about it a bit last time. I didn't get to really dive in deep. Get into the nitty gritty. We all know B movie, a movie about a bee named Barry who, after graduating college and not wanting to get stuck in a boring job, meets a human and accidentally discovers that humans consume and use honey. And so he decides to sue the entire human race. Don't know how that makes sense, but it's B movie. There's a lot of weird stuff in this movie, and I mean a lot. Bees out here whipping cars when they can fly. Bees going to college for some reason. Bees even out here dating their cousins. That's probably the most relatable one. But what I really want to talk about in this movie is I don't even know what to call it. The situationship, the love triangle between Barry, Vanessa, and Ken. Bro, this is inexcusable. You know how messed up it is that Ken, I just realized y'all got the same name, Ken. Ken has to just sit there and tolerate his girl chilling with, cooking for, and getting rizzed by his allergies. It's already bad enough that he's not human, but she's pretty much leaving him for the enemy. That would be like me coming home and walking in on my girl in bed with a shrimp, or a cat, or a shrimp cat. I would be sick. The most messed up part is, in this movie, the boyfriend Ken, he's supposed to be like the one that's tripping. He's the goofy one, over the top, the one we all laughed at as a kid.
But he's a real...
This girl's into bees. But no, he's the only sensible one. What do a bee and a human even have in common? As much as racist people say otherwise, none of us come in shades of yellow. I can see why he crashed out and tried to kill Barry. This is ridiculous. And before any of y'all say, Barry didn't have romantic feelings for Vanessa. Oh yeah? Then why does this movie have a deleted scene where Barry is trying to call off their wedding that he planned? Oh, bet you ain't know about that, did you? Next one up, I was gonna
go but it wasn't there like a scene in the movie where he was in love with her? What did that mean? There was like when he was in an airplane, then she exploded and shit.
Regardless, but shout out to Mr. Edit for suggesting it. Oh, you Arabic, my boy? Assalamu alaikum, salam. Dominican. Minecraft. Before I talk about this movie, I need to tell y'all how much I loved Minecraft as a kid. Y'all don't understand. Every day after elementary, I'd come home and watch Sky Does Minecraft and Team Crafted play Cops and Robbers, or Hunger Games, or just a mod review. These videos, this game made me want to be a YouTuber.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but it took me like, I think 5 days to get a mod going. Like, I did not know Forge, I did not know how to install shit, and I was like stressing, but at the same time they were like, oh, download from this, download that, download this, and I'm like, bro, I don't know none of this, I'm young. I played Minecraft since 1.5, I believe, like version 1.5. That's when I started playing Minecraft.
That was before everything that happened with Sky, but that doesn't change the fact that I loved it. Bro, I loved this game so much. I had worlds where I would build homes for my grandparents, like they were gonna play with me. They don't know what Minecraft is, but that's just how much I loved it. I thought anybody could play. So for me last year to see a Minecraft movie trailer, I was hyped. It meant the world to me. You know, about 10 years too late for me, but I was still hyped. But then I saw Jack Black as Steve and Jason Momoa as Jason Momoa. Oh my goodness, they ruined my childhood. Or so I thought.
Oh!
As some of y'all may have seen on my community post or on my IG, I went to watch it this weekend. And honestly, it wasn't terrible. I might even say it was an enjoyable experience. I'm not saying it's a cinematic masterpiece. It's not The Godfather or anything. But with a decently sized crowd and some friends who played Minecraft and don't take stuff too seriously, you'll enjoy it. Like honestly, the movie had no depth to it. The storyline was bland. It was really just Jack Black doing funny faces and line deliveries. But bro, that was probably the funnest theater experience I've had since No Way Home. Like no joke, in my theater, every time they made a reference to something, everyone would just start applauding. I am Steve. Flint and Steel. Chicken Jockey. I'm serious too. This dude Steve could have taken a dump on screen and they still would have applauded. And that's what this movie was. It was a they did the thing movie and it was great. My favorite scenes were the one at the ending where the villain kept trying to sneak attack Steve and kept failing. That one genuinely made me laugh. They also had this little side story with this villager who accidentally goes into the real world and after he gets freaking hit by a car, he ends up falling in love.
I'm not gonna lie, this is like a lot of spoilers, so I gotta get the BY ALOT spoiler warning or some shit like that. Damn, because this is a lot of spoilers.
With Jennifer Coolidge.
I didn't watch the movie myself.
The next day, like it was so random. And of course, the Technoblade tribute, that was sweet. W to Sebastian, the kid who played Henry, for suggesting it. Literally, only issues I have with this movie, besides the the chaotic plot, is one, there was too many spider jockeys, and their spawn rate isn't that high in the game. Two, there was this weird scene during the Elytra sequence where Jack Black and Jason Momoa started 69ing to get through a small hole. Like, are we serious, bro? I had to watch this in 3D. Minecraft movie, for what it is, though, it was enjoyable. I'm actually glad it was random and goofy and not how I played Minecraft. Man, the way I treat my villagers.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it was good. But although weird, this movie was only the tip of the iceberg compared to the other movies y'all sent. And I just kind of wanted to review it. The next movie is sent in by the homie Joe on IG. Some of y'all may know him. He's a very popular guy. And the movie he sent in is Velocipaster. This is definitely a movie. This movie is a low budget movie.
I feel like, it's a low budget, just right the best movie this dude sent.
I mean, very low budget. About an ex-pastor who, after losing his parents to an accident, this is the accident, by the way, because they couldn't afford fire effects for this movie. He drives to China to help rediscover his faith. And after getting attacked by ninjas, ninjas, he's handed this tooth that curses him with the ability to become a dinosaur. Yes, a dinosaur. This movie is so random. I thought Hoodwinked was crazy, but the plot of this movie is literally the pastor Doug and his hooker girlfriend Carol. I'm not even being mean, by the way, she's actually a prostitute, are on a mission to take down this church. Why, you may be asking? Well, because the church is ran by this ninja clan who, by using Christianity and Coca-Cola, plan on achieving world domination. I didn't make any of that up. I'm not gonna lie, for all its craziness, this was one of the funnest ones to watch of the video. The dinosaur suit looked so bad that it was actually hilarious.
Oh my god, that's an actual scene.
That didn't make any sense.
Now, I feel like this video just for fun, like this movie just for fun. There's no way there were.
Yeah, and when this ninja attacks Carol, but then he just starts crying. Like, bro, wouldn't y'all go to kill her? Or even before that, when Doug arrives to confront the ninjas and finds out one of them is his brother, like, okay, and then he just kills him with no remorse, not even a frown, nothing. Alright, this is one of those movies that's good to watch with friends if you got nothing else to watch. That's what I say. And honestly, time well spent. I'm actually grateful for this one because this was the last of the silly, fun, goofy movie sent in by y'all. Now we get into the disturbing ones. This next one comes in from Mr. Stinky99 on YouTube, who told me to watch the movie Cats. Mr. Stinky, go shower, bro. Don't be proud of that. Putting a Mr. in front of Stinky, don't be proud. And before I get into this one, y'all already know how I feel about this furry stuff. And y'all know I'm allergic to cats. And this movie is literally all about humanoid cats. Mr. Stinky99. When I catch you, I'm not gonna lie, I can see why this movie did horrible in theaters. It's literally a musical about cats who are, I don't even know what they're trying to do. Don't ask me for the plot of this one, the whole time watching this, I was too busy being uncomfortable because of these cats' designs. Like, am I
Look at this. Like, why? Who thought, yo, let's have the cat? I don't get it.
Does this look kind of kinda sexual. Ugh. I already mentioned to y'all last video with Zootopia that this furry stuff be throwing me off. But this is even worse than Zootopia. Because at least in Zootopia, the animals are moving like humans and have clothes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That one scene. But in this one, these are real humans moving like animals. Hissing at each other, making cat noises, walking on all fours. And they're like kinda naked. To make things worse, the real humans in this cast are some pretty popular people. Rebel Wilson, Jason Derulo, I'm not that surprised about that. Idris Elba, and one no one would have ever expected, Taylor Swift. Yeah, she's in the movie. And guess what? As another cat. Hear me out though.
Whoa!
I just can't watch this. There's nothing technically inappropriate about this movie.
I could explain it. I don't want to watch it.
Cats are always naked,
even though I did not watch
it. It just doesn't feel right. And I don't want to hear no one say, you only hating because you allergic. I'll have you know, even though these dudes nearly kill me, I still think cats are cute. I even took care of a stray mama cat when I was a kid back in DR. Gave her milk and everything. R.I.P. But bro, you can't expect me to like cats this much. Some cat moms out there though, I wouldn't be surprised. All I'm saying is you won't see a movie this weird come from a dog lover. That's all I'm saying. Oh, this next one is sent in by MM from the Discord. MM, my dog. Why would you send this? Off the rip, this movie is different because instead of it being in English, it's in Norwegian. That already made me scratch my head at it. It's about a Norwegian dude named Christian who owns a dog, but as you can tell, that's not a freaking dog. It's just a dude in a suit. It's supposed to be like one of those my partner identifies as a dog type of situations. Y'all know those videos. And I know the Bible says love thy neighbor, and I do love my neighbors. But bro, if I visited my mom's house and saw this as her pet, all the love is gone. I can't rock with this. I'm not gonna lie. This one has to be.
I'm shooting the fuck out of the dog.
The worst one so far. It's worse than any of the ones from the last video. I know I said send me weird movies, but this movie is weird. With cats, yeah, it's a little uncomfortable, but it's really just a musical with some oddly erotic looking cats. But this one, scary. Look, and why would you send this? I thought y'all rocked with me. I go over a lot of horror movies on this channel, and this movie made me feel more uneasy than any of the ones I've been over. Every scene of the dog next to the owner, or eating, or chilling in bed with him, just grosses me the heck out. Am I bugging it?
How much did they pay this dude? They must have carried a hell.
I almost didn't finish watching it until I seen how deep this plot gets. Man, it gets deep. So the owner of the dog in this movie, this is like normal to him. Owning Frank, that's the dog's name. It's just regular to him. Like you can go down to freaking Petco and pick one of them up. So when he gets to scrolling on Tinder,
when the girl is not for other people, it's not.
This shorty, he introduces her to Frank like it's regular, like he's introducing like a family Yorkie or something. And the girl is obviously, thankfully, weirded out. So she lets him know, he says okay, and then she leaves. All the right decisions have been made for now. But then she finds out our boy, I take that back, he's not my boy. The dude Christian is a multi-millionaire. And you already know how some ladies be when it comes to that cheddar. So guess what she does? She goes back. Yo.
Of course. You had that weird ass dog. But the moment he got money, yo. Cut it, baby. I gotta have some self-respect. Respect yourself.
Yup, this pissed me off too. It was right here where I almost stopped watching. But then it got a little interesting. So the girl Sigrid, that's her name, eventually adjusts to this weird lifestyle because Christian tells her that's his childhood friend who wanted to live like this and blah 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 blah. So she's cool chilling with Christian and Frank, and she starts adjusting until one day Christian decides to take all three of them up to this cabin he has for, you know, a little weekend getaway. And while up there, he tells Sigrid, no phones, you know, you want to disconnect, be in nature, enjoy the moments. So Sigrid,
whatever happens, it don't matter what you go through. The moment someone tells you to hand your phone because it's trying to disconnect, motherfucker, you better slap the fuck out of him, run away, and call the police. Cause ain't no way you taking my phone away from me. And it ain't on some addiction bullshit, but every damn horror movie that I've seen on How to Beat, I don't really watch horror movies, I just see How to Beat videos on YouTube because I ain't got time to get a heart attack, get scared, and then fucking like not enjoy the movie because the ending is ass. Because there's so many horror movies with ass endings, bro. I don't even want to speak about it because I know that I'm gonna get pissed off. But every time they say bring in the phone is always bad. Never bring your phone, or if you're gonna bring your phone, have one of those fucking clicky clacky phones. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to use it, but those like button phones, something.
Degrees. Yup, y'all could already sense some weird stuff coming. And that very same night, after having a couple of drinks, Christian walks out the room and leaves Sigrid alone with the dog. And in a turn of events, the dog doesn't attack Sigrid or anything weird like that. He actually warns her. He tells her this weird dog thing going on, he didn't want to do this. He's being forced to, because Christian is a psycho. I told y'all I guess deep. I told y'all. This movie subverts your expectations to the max. Instead of the dog being like this killer furry thing, it's actually the owner who turns out to be the sicko. Which low-key kind of makes sense. If you into this type of lifestyle.
I mean, look at her face. Y'all can see her face. She's really scared in front of him. She's a psycho. You gotta act normal, and then...
I'm not gonna lie, I think you're capable of anything. But it does not end there, because this movie also has one of the most disturbing endings I've seen in a minute. So after finding out Frank is not willingly being a good boy, Sigrid eventually escapes after Frank gave her a window of opportunity. But realizing he's probably being tortured, she goes back to save him.
With a fucking metal, with a wooden log.
That was her worst mistake. After knocking out Christian while saving Frank, we see Christian get back up.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. That's why I don't watch movies. Oh, they showed it. That's why I don't watch movies. Because of this dumb bullshit. You smack the fuck out of somebody. He's knocked out. You end the job. You finish the job. Did I scratch myself? I think I did. But you end the fucking job. Bro, why are you having this weird ass psychopath who tortured this dude for years live? Man, it happens in every movie, man. Who the fuck is the director? Get some new script or some shit. Knocking them out. Oh, well, he's knocked out, so... Bro, I would have to see mush in front of me before I even proceed doing anything.
Knock her out. Should've just left, my girl. You should've just left.
Now she should've finished the job.
A mini time skip. How far into the future? We don't know yet. But what we do see is Christian feeding Frank like normal. Okay, that's kind of sad to see, but it's still expected. But then we see Christian head to the barn outside and feed another dog. Yup, y'all know who's in that suit. It's Sigrid, who has been turned into another dog human just like Frank. Oh my girl, you should have just left. But, it's not over. Because when Christian gets back in the house, we see a third bowl. And I'm not going to lie to you. The second he put the third bowl down, I already knew what was about to happen. Call me a genius, call it my sixth sense, or call it predictable, but I just knew. The person that approaches that third bowl is a baby. Specifically, Christian and Sigrid's baby, who he's raising as a dog. Oh my. How could these get any worse? This next one, guys, I actually had to put down for a few hours.
But I don't care. As long as, even if they have like this bullshit, this happens in every movie, horror movie. They have this dumb bullshit of knocking people out so they can make the ending look scary and dark. Yeah, I see why I don't fucking watch horror movies, man. Like, if you watch horror movies, no hate towards you, you know? We cool. I don't have a problem. I just have a problem with the director of some of these movies because they're dumb as fuck and the way that they write is ass.
Come back to it, so, you know, warning to my female viewers for this one. I mean, warning to all of you, but especially my female viewers. It's very uncomfortable. This next one comes in from Ali Grijalva _56 on Instagram. I hope I said your name right. Who sent in the movie Teeth. Girl with teeth in her. Okay. So as Ali said, this movie's about a girl who's, you know, her box has teeth in it. Yeah, I know. It's grosser than it sounds. But let me tell you, this movie, although listed as a horror comedy, there is nothing comedic about this movie at all. It's not even scary either. It's just uncomfortable and gross.
I mean, like, you're honestly, not gonna be able to show anything, right?
I didn't think it could get any worse, but y'all never fail to impress. Literally the scariest part of this movie, if you still want to deem it a horror movie, is not even the teeth in her poom poom. It's having to see the main character go through hella traumatic stuff. Like, I really gotta dislike you to laugh at your suffering. I don't know this girl. There's nothing funny about this. Well, there's that one funny scene, but besides that, matter of fact, I'll let you know how weird this movie is. The dude who screams that line, is a male gynecologist who, after inspecting our main character, gets his fingers bitten off. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing you are. Male gynecologist? Why is that even a thing? In this movie, the main character, Dawn, pretty much discovers in a not so cool way that her teeth are like a defense mechanism that when provoked, will bite. AKA, cut off dudes' willies. Yeah, I know, gave me flashbacks to Candyman. And although this may seem like a curse, the main character discovers it's low-key a superpower. Because not only does she discover that the teeth only activate when bad stuff is happening, meaning she can still lead a normal life in the future, but by the end of the movie, after Dawn enacts her revenge on these two dudes by, you know, chopping off their Vienna sausages. One was her stepbrother, by the way, and his daughter ended up eating said chopped off Vienna sausage, by the way. Dawn skips town and we see Dawn plans on using her teeth as some sort of vigilante, punishing weirdos
that's not a great idea
in the world by chopping off their bing bongs. I mean, cool. And now, the weirdest, most disturbing movie of the video.
It is
The Strange Thing About the Johnsons.
Don't know what that is.
This one was sent in by Dion_McDonald086 on Instagram. Mr. McDonald, you're getting blocked for sending this movie. No,
whoa.
I'm being serious. Now, I discovered this movie in 7th grade.
My bad, I haven't
been the same since. Because this movie is quite literally the definition of weird. I don't even want to go over it, honestly. I don't want to put y'all through what I went through. But I'ma try. Dion said try, so now I gotta try. This movie is about a family of 3, the Johnsons. Now, what's so strange about them? Well, the son is in love with his father. Hold the shock, it only gets weirder.
Man. Okay.
So this love, quote unquote, is one-sided, thankfully. But the son doesn't seem to care whether or not his dad feels the same. Because he spends the next few years... I can't even say it, y'all. I can't. He spends the next few years just doing what he pleases with his father. Again, I like to emphasize, his father does not feel the same. So put 2 and 2 together, what's happening? Yup. Now you can
the grape. We got the grape.
Be shocked. And that's what this whole movie is built around. The weirdo son's actions and how they affect not only the father, but the family as a whole. And it's horrifying. Seeing the light disappear from the dad's eyes over the years. Seeing him too scared to even stand up for himself. Seeing the mom just sit there and let it happen. It's all just... it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, this movie is weird. Don't watch it. I'm serious.
Hey, man. The point of this movie, get your belt out.
No, like, look at me. Look at this picture of me. Do not watch it. I'm not going to continue to explain anything else that happened. Just know the father ends up dying and the mother kills her son after he tells his mom he loved his dad more than she ever could. Okay. What a movie. Thank you, Dion. That was pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over this video. And yes, you can stop yelling, bro. I will do a part 3. I might even make this series a staple on my channel.
Yeah, don't know.
What you mean you wasn't yelling? I literally heard you. I'm also thinking of doing a video on shows I loved as a kid. So comment down some shows you loved as a kid. I better not see a single Coco Melon. And moral of the story, chicken jockey.
Well, this is the end of this video. Let's look at the comments, guys. I'm pretty sure they don't got some, but let's see. Well, guys, this is the end of this video. There's not really much good comments, so the comments are kind of like normal, something like that. Some dude said that he's gonna oil up if this guy Degenerosity made a video. Like he got the lotion ready. I don't know what's wrong with it. Hey, guys, what do I think? Well, I think that there's a lot of weird-ass movies right here, but... I would say for me, every time, I mean, that's like my weird movie does not even compare to these weird movies, you know? Which makes me happy. I feel like my parents raised me right, you know? They got me the right movies to watch, so I didn't have to go through the shit. But that movie with the dog bullshit, bro, it's like, it always pisses me off when I see movies like this, bro. It happened a lot. Even it happened with the new series, Terrifier. I already talked about it in my other video, but... Terrifier is the same thing. It's some bullshit when they get to the last point of about to kill somebody and then they just like start running away, and I'm like, bro, get your fucking whatever weapon you have and the job. The dude is literally on the floor fucked up and beat up, and the job. Like, what are you waiting for? What? Okay, let's say he didn't get up at a time, like, right, let's say he didn't get up right there and then. Wouldn't you want to kill the dude? So if you run away and he gets up, obviously one hit is not gonna kill him. He gets up and start walking around and then he tracks you and then he gets your ass back. Stupid shit. So I mean, that's the reason why I don't like most of these movies, like, or horror movies for that matter, that are like written like that. I would say like my my favorite horror movies, I don't watch them, but like from based on recap, gotta be like Jigsaw or something like that. Sure, there may be some real unrealistic stuff or this and that or something, but at least it's like there's actual no way for you to survive what he goes through. I don't really know exactly how the knocking out and stuff like that, if they ever knocked out Jigsaw or something like that, but there's none of that, you know. Like with Jigsaw, I feel like it's a great movie because based on the recaps, because like there's no escape. Like these traps and stuff, there is no escape from them. Not like these movies where they have like the biggest chance to escape. Or I would say like Get Out, like the movie Get Out. But like I did not really watch it. I watched a little bit of the recap. But I guess that movie is like, oh, you get sucked into it. But at the same time, it's like there was a bunch of warnings. A lot of people warning him, but he didn't believe it or something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, guys, like the video, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.